was a 3,000 person town in the 1990s.
I had no idea Northwest Arkansas looked like this.
Most people don't.
This is a big deal right here.
This is over the top. Arguably the nicest neighborhood in the whole area.
Arguably all of Northwest Arkansas.
One industry that's totally changed the landscape.
That's so good.
The mothership, that's what you're calling it. And that's the original office. This is awesome.
Biking up the building and down.
It's centered on nature, taking breaks during your workday.
This is the largest collection of American art in the United States.
These are sororities?
These are sorority houses.
Jeez. Your campus is like a beautiful European city.
I feel like there's so much talent, curiosity, and creativity here.
Things have changed so fast that it's hard for the older locals to keep up.
I came from rural Arkansas. Somebody can't want you to succeed more than you.
That's the beauty of living in such a large, dynamic country, is there are millions of different worlds to enter. Toby, Jacob, I've been waiting for this one for a while. We got the bikes down there.
Yep.
We're gonna rip around town.
Yep.
Learn it through the eyes of the locals.
Yeah, people are coming from all over the world to Northwest Arkansas. This is the biggest collector of talent, and it's very intentional here. Everything you see here, from the art, from the coffee culture, the live music, the trail system, is to attract and retain millennials and Gen Z.
Bike trail system.
Bike trail system. We have 500 miles of bike trail from greenway to single track. USA Cycling's mountain bike and cross-country teams train here. There's a lot of tourists that come to this market as well.
Okay, and so Jacob, who I thought was your brother, is your son.
That's right.
So good work on that.
Yeah.
Good work on aging. So it has to do with the biking here, maybe.
Yeah. This is very outdoorsy here. The culture is kind of Colorado. It's very mountainous. There are a lot of outdoorsy people here, and people are attracted to active lifestyle. Bentonville was a 3,000 person town in the 1990s.
How many is it now?
65, but the metro is around 620,000, and we're passing 1 million next decade.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Okay, so this building, obviously we're biking on it.
Biking up the building and down.
The Ledger is the first bikeable building in the United States. There is a exoskeleton that doubles as a trail that goes all the way to the roof.
Exoskeleton.
Yeah.
So we're wrapping just right around the building.
That's right.
This is awesome.
And we have public art everywhere, including these little medallions. These are bugs and jewels native to Arkansas. This trail goes from the 7th story to the floor.
So when you get out in the country, when you travel and you say, I'm from Arkansas, what's the standard reply?
If I say from Arkansas, I'll get a eye roll. If I say I'm from Bentonville, people are starting to perk up.
They get it.
Yep.
They're starting to get it. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that.
Yep.
It's like a co-working space. Oh, these are some nice old homes here. Jacob, what's the price on something like that, you think?
I would say 1.8, close to 2 for this location.
Oh, geez. These are all new, these buildings?
It's a new hotel.
From the Ledger to the Moto to a lot of these new buildings, this is all in the last 5 years.
Okay, nice, bougie. Are you gonna call it bougie? Is that fair to say?
This is bougie Bentonville. There's even signs that say, keep Bentonville bougie. Bentonville started out as an apple orchard town, but Sam Walton moved here after World War II, and in 1950 started the Walton Five and Dime right here. In 1962, he opened his actual first Walmart in Rogers, the next town over. He changed retail forever. He was the richest man in the world when he died, and he still was driving this Ford.
Okay, so this is a Walmart museum.
Yeah, you can walk right on through.
Are there some Walmart lovers out there, like true patriots to Walmart?
Yeah, so Walmart's really shifted its focus to its associates. If you work at Walmart, after a number of years, you get invited to corporate from all over the world. So half of the employees are international, and half are here in the United States, and they come from all over the world to the mothership.
The mothership, that's what you're
Yep.
calling it, and that's the original office.
Yep, that's Sam's original office.
Interesting. Oh, this goes on for a ways.
Yeah, it tells the whole story, going
Okay.
from 1 to 10,000 Walmarts.
First products of Walmart.
Walmart's
Tied
still
to
Fortune
Jersey.
1. This is the largest company in the world in terms of revenue and employee count.
I didn't know that.
Yes, this is Fortune 1.
Bigger than NVIDIA.
Yep, in terms of revenue, yep.
Profits now. Revenue, yes.
Yes, very thin margins with Walmart.
So this is Sam.
Yep.
He was a hunter and a fisher.
He's just an everyday guy.
Just a good old boy.
Yep.
Hunting with Jimmy Carter. 2 more floors. Keeps on going.
Yep.
Okay.
So there's a lot of layers of history in Bentonville. This road right here was the original Trail of Tears.
For the Cherokee?
Yeah, so the 1830s, they came right down through here, and you're only 20 miles from Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma.
I've been to the eastern band of Cherokee.
Okay.
It's actually really nice.
There's also a Civil War battle that happened just outside of Bentonville, and that also happened right down this road.
So one industry just totally changed the landscape. 1,000%.
One industry, but because of Walmart, every major brand in the world has an office here.
What I'm liking about this,
Yeah.
you guys are totally comfortable leaving your expensive e-bikes.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we can leave this here. We can walk over there and come back.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
So as we open up the Walmart story today, I got some pressing questions, okay?
You bet.
I want to make sure the audience doesn't think this is a Walmart propaganda video.
Sure. And this town's way beyond Walmart at this point.
It is.
Oh, absolutely. So the Walton family's former offices are above us, but now above us is some co-working for startups. This town has actually organized incubators and accelerators where we actually grow startups from around the United States and relocate them here.
So when I shop, I never go to Walmart. I'm an Amazon guy.
Yeah.
That's the biggest competition, right?
It is, but what's interesting is Walmart's really fended them off pretty quickly.
Come on.
Walmart's e-commerce growth has really taken off since COVID.
Somebody actually go, and this is how out of touch I am. Sorry, I know this is your wheelhouse here at Walmart. I would never go to a Walmart website and order anything. That's what Amazon's
What's
for.
become very normalized is you get your groceries, order it from the app, or you schedule it, and it's brought to you by drone. And that R&D is here.
That bums me out.
It's happening right above us as we speak.
Ah, come on, I hate hearing those things. But they're all buzzing around.
Yep, we have drone delivery of product here.
Okay, but let's just be devil's advocate on that. Convenience, great. Okay, efficiency, great. Less use and abuse on the roads and gas being used and all that.
That's exactly right.
But do you want to live in a world where you have the buzzing overhead, you're out in nature, and you just hear zzz all day long?
It's a balance. You hardly notice it here.
Okay, I'd love to see it though.
Okay.
I didn't know that was happening.
Yeah, it's happening right here.
And it's almost like Jacob's our security in the back right now, even though we don't need it.
We'll cut through here. So
Thank you,
the
Jacob.
Walton family still owns nearly half of the stock of Walmart. There are family offices above us right here in this building.
Up here is an office full of startups. You got all different types of businesses being built up here, all of us working in one place, sharing their ideas. It's a really good community.
Are you into business?
I'm into business. I'm a finance student at the U of A, so
We're gonna go and hang out with your buddies later, right?
yes, we are. I'm looking forward to it.
You're gonna show me what college life is like these days.
Fayetteville's a beautiful town. You'll love it.
I don't know if you noticed, but we just walked by a Walmart.
Where?
This is a Walmart marketplace in Bentonville.
Oh, it's a small Walmart.
Yeah, this is a Walmart marketplace embedded in downtown. It just blends right in.
So that's rare though. You don't see the small Walmarts in the country.
Well, Walmart marketplaces are prevalent. It's just the grocery side. But this one here in particular blends right into downtown.
But are those rolling out in other places?
Yes. it
They
is.
are,
Yep.
okay.
Every single one of these doors is a new startup. They all work together.
How you guys doing? Nice. What are you guys working on?
I do a startup where we flag risk in addiction relapse using biometric wearables. So we sell into treatment centers, facilities
Okay.
around substance use disorder.
That's
and we
cool.
can identify when people are at risk of relapse using biometric wearables. My little sister's been in and out of treatment for the last 10 years. She can sell ice to Eskimos, and she is so good at manipulating the system. And so by bringing objective data to the forefront of her recovery process, she can't cheat that. So
Are you wearing one right now?
yeah, so this is currently, you can see, this is what people wear. I have a PHQ-9 assessment due, which is a clinically validated assessment.
Okay, so why not go to the Bay Area for this? There's more venture over there.
It's not that, well, so being here for health tech is really important because we've got so much going on in healthcare, innovation in healthcare. I think the Alice Walton School of Medicine, she's redefining how healthcare is being done. I came in 2018, I liked it. At the time I was living in DC, and then post-COVID I was like, I want something smaller town but big city amenities. I want nature, and I want to be able to have everything within 5 to 15 minute drive.
Okay.
And Bentonville's awesome for that.
So like many American cities, you're not dealing with homelessness in the park,
No, this
needles.
is very
you guys,
unusual.
You
Yeah.
guys just don't accept it. You're not gonna let that fly.
It actually hasn't been like a removal process. As a metropolitan area, Fayetteville has basically our metro's homeless population, because that's where the servicing is. So homeless shelter,
Okay.
the food, that system is built out in South Fayetteville.
So far from here, like 30
Yeah,
minutes or
30
so.
minutes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 hour away from the bikes.
Yeah, we're an hour from the bikes, didn't lock them.
And I left
Yeah.
all my camera stuff in here.
Yeah.
That's what you want. No problem. Toby, the
Yeah.
town is just connected with these bike paths, yeah?
Yes, all of Northwest Arkansas is.
So that's great. You're right in downtown. You hop on this. It's great in these times where there's a lot of negativity in media, with our politicians, with the world in general. And getting in environments like this where, well, you can just feel the optimism, see the energy. Bentonville, not long ago, was nothing, and now it's thriving. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these towns are in their cycles,
That's true.
right? Like,
Yep.
I was in Pine Bluff not that long ago. It was thriving. It was where it was happening, and this was nothing,
Well,
right? And now this is full steam
the whole
ahead.
nation was based on farming, and Pine Bluff was a mecca of that rice and
Yeah,
cotton system.
and with the river right there, the
Yep.
Arkansas River, transported out. These office buildings just keep on going, huh?
Yeah. I work for the University of Arkansas. That's the University of Arkansas Collaborative. That's my office.
Okay, so this is it, right? The headquarters?
This is the beginning.
What's the size of the headquarters?
There's about 14,000 employees here.
14,000 employees, how many acres?
I believe it's about 300 acres.
300 acres?
Yep.
The whole place.
So Walmart's headquarters was very humble. It was just in a one warehouse all the way until last year.
Seriously.
Yeah.
They went to town on this operation.
This is about talent, attraction, and retention.
So you're saying the model here is get the millennials and the Z's in.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the workforce you need, and you need to make it interesting enough for them to be here.
Yeah, they want a balanced lifestyle. They want food. They want live music. They want outdoors. And everything here is about whole health. So it's centered on nature, taking breaks during your workday. This is right in the middle of campus, and people are walking amongst us, going to coffee shops. That's actually a fitness center just for Walmart employees.
Okay, so Toby, when I think of Walmart, I'm not thinking of the healthiest place on the planet, you know what I mean? I'm thinking bags of chips, Coca-Cola and Pepsi. Though I will say they have kombucha now, which is cool.
That's right.
Synergy kombucha,
Yep.
which I think is great. I drink that stuff. They've gotten better with the produce, I will say.
Yep.
Because some of these towns I go to in the country, the best thing going for groceries is Walmart, right? There's you know,
Often it's in food deserts, Walmart's the only option.
Walmart's the only option. But then when I'm out here in Bentonville, it doesn't have the Walmart feel at all, I'm gonna say. Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying, but here this is the Walmart feel.
There are different Walmart universes, let's say.
Yeah. People from all over the world relocate here to work for Walmart.
Okay, a lot of Indians, right?
There's a lot from India. There's a lot from all across the United States. The summer internship program, for instance, there's 50,000 applicants, and they only accept 500. And they're from all over the United States, including all of the Ivy Leagues.
Are they hiring right now?
They're always hiring.
Look at this stonework here. That's beautiful. I mean, you wish Walmart could all look like this. Economically, there's no way that would work if all the Walmarts around the country had this look and feel.
Well,
Right, it's too expensive to build, but
Yep.
this is nice.
Yeah, this is about talent attraction and retention, but of course the Walmart stores are about optimizing for value so you can have affordable produce and product.
Yeah. Sorry. Hey, no problem. Hey guys, how's it going here right now?
Awesome.
Do you like working here?
We do.
Where are you guys from?
He's from here. I'm from California. I travel every few weeks.
Oh, okay, so you live in California, you travel here for work.
But my colleagues, yes.
It's awesome.
You should have seen it 16 years back. It's very different.
You've been with the company that long?
Yeah. Like 6 o'clock, it would shut down in the evening, but now it's like, it's awesome.
The whole town.
Yeah.
Let's cruise this zone. There we go, guys. We have a full-on food truck scene. That is a cool food truck. So this campus is open? Anyone can cruise through here?
This is an open campus, yeah.
It just keeps going and going.
Yeah,
it's
keeps
like
going
its
and
own
going.
city.
It is.
Never ends. That is the truth. So it might even be cooler or just as cool to work at Walmart as it is Apple and Google.
That's where, yeah, actually.
Are they trying? That's the competition too,
it is,
right?
It is, for talent, for sure.
So even just on the outskirts of Bentonville, a house like this will still go for $800K, close to $1 million, just because of the location that we're in.
They have the children's center down there. That's massive. It's almost like a company town.
Sort of, and all of the largest investments in the town come from one company, but it's been a net benefit on everyone that lives here.
Yeah, like a company town seemed to be done the right way.
I think it's done the right way.
This is a children's museum.
Who's the Scott family?
That was a former executive at Walmart.
Oh, wow. Look at that. This is like something you'd see in Scandinavia.
Yeah, this is the new Alice L. Walton School of Medicine. It's the first in the world MD program centered on whole health, the whole spectrum of whole health.
Seriously?
Mind, body, yes.
What a beautiful building. And you just ride right through it.
Can. She's centered on art and wellness. And she looks at it as one thing, art and wellness. So on her campus is Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. So you can go all the way to the roof, and there's actually trees and cactuses above us, all the way to the top. I'm gonna do a quick.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's park those. The inaugural class just happened in August of 2025. So this is just a brand new medical school.
First students just enrolled.
Yeah, they started in August. So the next class, the second class, will start this summer.
Tuition is free?
For the first 5 years, tuition is free for the first 5 classes.
Bring in the best?
Yep, bring in the best of the best. There are people from Duke University, Stanford, and Cleveland Clinic. They're all involved in kind of formation of this medical school.
And this is the roof.
That's right. It's the largest green roof, I guess, in the United States. It's 2.5 acres.
You have cacti, prickly pear?
Yeah. So we're on the roof of the medical school, but on this half is clinics. So there'll be clinics on this side, and on that side is the curriculum, the classroom. The culture here is to spend time outside during the workday. You'll see this even down at the University of Arkansas. There's a single track mountain bike trail that goes through campus.
I so wouldn't go to school. Since 2020, a 13.8 increase in population here in this town.
Yeah.
That's insane.
In the year 2000, there's only 19,000 people in Bentonville.
So it's not even just Walmart jobs, construction jobs galore.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you guys though, you gotta worry about that a bit. You don't want to blow out what's so nice up here, like all that, right? That's where the mountain biking is up there, a lot of it.
Yeah, it's a tricky spot because outdoor recreation and the great outdoors in the Ozarks is our culture. This metropolitan area is growing so fast, we'll pass 1 million in the next decade. So there's very intentionality about narrowing our footprint, having more dense population here. So there's actually a coordinated effort across all these cities to actually redo zoning laws so that way you can have more homes per single family resident.
You're gonna have to build up.
Have to build up.
You have to do more of that,
And
right?
also do more density, ADUs. You know, go to where you can have 2 or 3 dwellings on one parcel.
Okay, so I'm sure it's divisive depending on who you're talking to. Some people, the locals that grew up here, I'm sure some are like, oh my God, what happened to my town?
Yeah. Well, there are unicorns left where people grew up here, but almost everybody's from somewhere else. But there is a little bit of rage against the change. I mean, this is a rapidly changing town.
That's so rapid.
It used to be where people would migrate to the jobs. Now people are migrating to livability. Its challenge is affordable housing.
This is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so amazing.
Yeah. It's pretty special, isn't it?
What's your dog's name?
That is Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
We're making a video of Bentonville because it's so beautiful.
Oh,
My first time here.
I'm Alice.
Alice.
Yeah.
Peter. Live in Florida.
Okay.
But I had no idea Northwest Arkansas looked like this.
Most people don't. It's a pleasant surprise.
This architecture is top notch.
Oh, thank you.
I thought I was coming into Finland or Scandinavia.
It is kind of.
Take care, ma'am. She works here?
You just met the wealthiest woman on the planet. That's
what?
That's Alice Walton.
No way.
She's worth $130 billion.
No way.
Yeah.
You didn't stage that?
Not at all.
I looked over there and I was like, guys,
I mean,
you should probably turn it over there.
I told her I was making a video.
she's just real. We'll cut through the woods and we'll cut over to Crystal Bridges.
That is so cool.
He built all this.
There are a lot of famous billionaires in the United States at this point, but we only have one family that acts like basically the Vanderbilts, having to do with giving back to a community, and they center so narrowly to Northwest Arkansas. So what you're seeing here is a massive redevelopment.
Okay,
and they
so-
want to use Bentonville as an example for the rest of the world.
Okay, so that the money is coming back into here.
We're gonna go through
But
here.
it's not like Carnegie where you saw the libraries all over the country in every small
Right.
town.
The
Gilded Age wealth that was
Yeah.
just going out throughout the country.
I can't speak for the family, but it's very intentional to make Northwest Arkansas the greatest place to live, work, and play in the United States. And of course, that's self-serving because they can attract great talent here to Bentonville to work for corporate here.
All right, guys, gotta say, this is a new, for me, quite a fascinating experience. I hope it comes through the camera because it just goes to show you can travel the country full-time for a job and constantly come into things you never knew existed. I mean, I've heard of Bentonville, but I never thought anything of it. That's the beauty of living in such a large, dynamic country, is there millions of different worlds to enter.
This is the Heartland Whole Health Institute. It's another branch of Alice Walton's efforts. Two things are really happening here. There's a team focused on the payer-payee model, trying to changing how healthcare is done in America. And the other thing is the Walton family is incubating a new STEM university that will begin in 2029 here in Bentonville. The founding team's in there working on the future of education, experiential learning, industry collaborations, learning by doing.
How old is this building?
It's about 2 years old. There is an art gallery on the first floor.
What a stunning building.
The flagstone is quintessential Arkansas.
Do you know the architect?
Marlon Blackwell is the architect.
Wow, guys, I really hope the camera captures some of this. I had no clue we'd be doing an architectural tour today. What is the name of this place?
Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art.
In this small city.
Alice procured the best art across the Americas and brought them here. She quietly did it for about a decade, and then they opened this in 2011.
So she just had this grand vision of what to do here.
Yep. This is the largest collection of American art in the United States. It goes from pre-colonial 1600s to modern times, Native American art as well. The Leonardo DiCaprio movie is based on this famous painting.
The Revenant.
Yep. And when he filmed a movie in Tulsa, which is only 2 hours from here, he came here to visit the painting.
No way.
Yeah.
That's my favorite director, Alejandro Inarritu.
Yep, that's right.
Babel, 21 grams.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Birdman. Birdman was a classic.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Georgie O'Keeffe.
This is Brooklyn in 1820. You actually can look up this exact intersection that still exists. It's actually right underneath the Brooklyn Bridge now.
What is this place called?
This is called the Castle. Looks like a castle up here, but everyone can descend it from up here. So you work your way up to the top, and from here there's 3 ways down. You got some black diamond, you got some blue stuff, and you got some green stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah,
This guy's gonna send it.
there he goes.
Let's see it. Are we gonna see it through the trees? Oh, this is sweet. Roller coaster stuff. For any mountain bikers out there, this is what you want to see. Look at that. You can go as extreme as you want to go here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's some big drops
There is some big drops.
right off the highway here. And then it goes all down this way. All right, we're gonna hit the road soon. Actually, you're gonna take off, right?
I am, yep.
Toby's taking off, Jacob's taking over. But Toby, what was this before?
This was a craft cheese factory. Now it's a modern art gallery with a cocktail lounge on top.
I love when they take old factories and do this, you know? Okay, Toby, before you depart, here's my big question.
Yep.
I get it, it's not just a one-horse show here, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
There's more than Walmart. But say Walmart went down, had it like Doesn't look like it at all, obviously. But say, whatever, Amazon, a new player comes on board, Walmart has tough times. The whole town's going down with it, though, right?
Walmart's very resilient. Actually, when there's recessions, Walmart actually outperforms everything. So this is very resilient. We actually have a really strong backbone here. But at the end of the day, there's innovators moving in here by the day, and they're the ones that are going to change and be part of the next chapter of Northwest Arkansas.
So this is the Walmart amp. It was opened in, I think, around 2012. Huge shows, probably 10,000 people. Anyone that you can think of. We got Dave Matthews this year, Mumford & Sons. I've been to tons of shows here.
So we're out of Bentonville, right?
We're in Rogers, Arkansas.
Okay, totally different town.
Yes. And this is where all of the corporate vendors are setting up offices. So right in front of us, you'll see all the high rises from General Mills, Coke, Colgate, Nestle. They're all right here. Because their biggest client is Walmart, they keep presence really close. And they've built out this area just in the past 10 years. None of this was here.
10 years ago, nothing was here.
None of these high rises, the Walmart amp was just put in. This is very new. I think it's been sustainable so far, and we're still projected to just keep growing the next few years, but it's definitely happened really fast, so kind of hard to contemplate what's going on in this area. And all of this just pops up, so even us locals are still exploring all the new stuff.
Okay, has there been a huge displacement, or there just weren't that many people here before?
I think there's some displacement. The properties around here have gotten significantly more expensive. I read an article that this neighborhood we're going to, the average home price 10 years ago exactly was $800,000.
Okay.
And just looking at Zillow the last few days, the average is 1.5 to 2.
Where we're going right now.
Where we're going right now.
And you're getting us into arguably the nicest neighborhood in the whole area.
Arguably in all of Northwest Arkansas, it's the nicest one I've seen.
And we got gate access.
We do.
And you got a connection on the inside.
We're gonna talk to Jim.
Jim.
Very cool guy.
Jim's got stories?
You'll love him, yeah.
All right.
He's got stories. All right, we're in, guys.
What's this place called again?
Pinnacle Hills Country Club.
Oh yeah, they start getting much bigger there, near the golf course, huh?
That's right. It's kind of Tuscan style. It's beautiful back here.
So this is all Walmart money, pretty much.
A lot of it,
Walmart
money,
related
Walmart
money.
vendors. There's the course.
So you're saying these are 1.82 million? They got to be more than that.
Oh, some of them are closer to 4.
What's your connection to Jim?
I met Jim at that startup office that we went to earlier. He's a great guy. He's easy to like. Told him about how I was studying at the U of A, interested in entrepreneurship. He said he's always happy to help, so he's just a good mentor for people around here, and he's done a lot.
What did he do? What was his business?
So he's invested in a variety of things. One of his biggest projects was Good Day Farms, which is a big dispensary.
Weed dispensary?
Yeah, spread across several states. You'll have to ask him what his kind of early start was, but he's in law, and he has his own law firm here.
Welcome to Arkansas. Have you been here long?
A couple days.
Good.
Nice to meet you.
To see you.
Thanks for meeting up with us.
Yeah, absolutely. We bought this house a couple months ago, so we're working on. We got new windows coming in, so it's a little beat up, but
It's beautiful.
Great. Let's put the mic on you if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacob's out. Jim's in.
Okay. So here we do that.
Like that.
How you been?
There you go.
Wonderful. It's
Good to see you, man. Yeah, have you been out here before? Have you? You've been out for doing some things the last couple of days?
We've been cruising Bentonville today.
Oh, good.
It's a first for me.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good deal. They said that he tried to get you to come down.
Shoes off.
No, you're fine. Don't
Okay.
worry about it. Yeah.
Jim, so you just moved in here.
We sure did. And you know, the funny thing is, we bought this from Rob Walton.
Sam's son.
Yeah, he's his oldest son.
Okay. Fantastic.
It's a really entertaining house. Our kids are grown. We're empty nesters, so we wanted a house where we could kind of entertain and have people, you know, out here. And so this is kind of the guest area. This is our bedroom and
Nice, Jim.
all that. And this is a little, this is an exercise area that we're kind of converting into a wellness room with, you know, for compression and all that kind of stuff.
It's the Hall of Mirrors.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Little funhouse vibe in there.
And then this is the main bath. This is our bathroom. Got a closet in here that my wife is real happy with.
Oh, that's what you need to do. Yeah, she's loving it.
So she's doing real happy to have a place to lay out all the clothes and things.
So is this the final home, Jim? Is this the one you were striving for?
I think I'll go feet first out on this one. Yeah, this will do it for me. This is kind of called the library room, but I smoke some cigars and stuff, so we've got cigars and things in here. We're 3 minutes up the street is our office. We're in Miss Hunt's tower. Have a real easy commute. But this is, as you can tell, I like fireplaces and things like that. Just a little area upstairs here where we like to hang out. We've got a lot of friends over.
A little cove there.
Yeah. Yep. And then this is our...
this is the hangout room.
This is where we hang out, and as Jacob knows, I like music and got my record player and all this stuff out here, and we come out here and listen to music. We'll have a listen up out here sometime for the House of Songs.
You putting your dance on here?
Yeah, well, we've got 4 chairs we've got to put together this weekend, and then we'll have chairs up here. We set up here, we're going to make it a speakeasy, but decided to just kind of keep it the way it is.
I like it.
That's right, yeah. We watch March Madness and everything up here.
Okay, so this part of the state, actually the state in general, is a first for me. Northwestern Arkansas, heard of it.
Yeah, we're up on the hill, on the top of the Ozark Mountains.
Knew that Walmart was here, but had no understanding that it was this opulent and so much going on, so much entrepreneurial energy.
It's really doing great, and it has, and that's part of, the Waltons and Tysons and Hunts and all of them. They were so far from Central Arkansas that the legislature, the politics and all that is down there. And so back in the day, it was really hard to get up here. You didn't have interstate, you didn't have highways. And so those guys all got together and kind of built up their companies and built everything out that way. And so I think that's a big part of it.
So they were remote enough where they didn't have as much interference.
They didn't have as much interference, but they also didn't probably have as much support, as you would have from when you're trying to get funding and things like that. And so they are more for-profit, more entrepreneurial, and I think they just all got together, said, we're going to build something here, and they really did.
Oh, there
but
you
we
go.
have, it's kind of an English garden, it's private, to be so close to all the hustle and bustle of downtown Northwest Arkansas, which is kind of how I look at Pinnacle Hills. And then you come here, it's really relaxing.
So living out here, you've lived here for a long time, right?
I've lived in Northwest Arkansas for 26 years.
So you've done well with business. Is it just smooth sailing in this part of the state? Like, you guys aren't really thinking about the rest of the country? Or you're sort of in your own bubble, your own world?
I think we're Midwestern. I think we're a part of the state that's more Midwestern than Southern because we have so many people that have moved up here to work various things, and the heritage that you typically see in a Southern state is, you have first, second, third generation money up here, and in other parts of the state you have hundreds of years, of
like Little Rock has that old money.
That's right.
Here doesn't have that old money.
When you look at Miss Hunt, she's first generation, and then you look at the Waltons and they're second and third, and Tyson is third. It is really hard for you not to succeed here if you want to come here and succeed, and you've got the right mindset on where your place should be, where you want to fit in. You've got to want it more than somebody else. Somebody can't want you to succeed more than you. Right. You've got to want to do it. You may be really disadvantaged, and for some people, it's not in the cards, and for others it is, and I don't know what really separates that. I think a lot of luck. Did you come from money or no? No, not at all. I came from rural Arkansas. I was in a town that had a nuclear plant, so we had engineers and things, but my family had a very small Ace Hardware, well, it was Orgel Brothers hardware store, local hardware store back then. And people always asked me, they said, did you know you always wanted to be a lawyer? And I said, no, I just knew I didn't want to sell hardware. And then I went to law school, became a CPA, was working with the biggest firm in the state. In about 1998, they said, hey, it's funny, because they said, we need to open up an office in Northwest Arkansas. And said, we think that the heyday of it, the real boom of it, has already happened, but we think it's gonna be a nice, stable place to be. Of course, this is almost 30 years ago.
Okay.
I have no idea, and the world just took off. And so I said, I don't know. I do mergers and acquisitions and private equity and venture capital. My wife does family office and estate planning and things like that. And so I said, I don't know that there's enough deal work to do up there. They said, well, go up there and look. So it was the fall of 1999. I came down here one weekend. We were playing Tennessee in football, and we beat them at the very end. And we tore the goalpost down, took them down to Dixon Street and all that. And I said, this is kind of cool. I said, this would probably be okay. And so I moved up here in August of 2000. In 2011, started our own gig. Venture capital and private equity and those sorts of things really started having more of a play, more involvement about 2015, 2017, 18. Nothing like it is now, and nothing like you're going to see 10 years from now, 5 years from now.
You're optimistic.
I'm extremely optimistic. I don't think there's any place in America, to be candid with you, that is like we are. I mean, I've been an ardent student of Silicon Valley and deals my whole life, and I tell people, I think as trite or as silly as it may say, I feel like we're about at the Atari stage of Silicon Valley, you know.
But still, I mean, the majority of venture is there.
It is.
Currently.
It is, yeah.
And it's almost an ideology.
Yeah.
How would you bridge that over to here?
How do I bridge it over there? Because up there you had, it all started with Fairchild, you know, semiconductor and the semiconductor industry and the space, and it goes into data and, you know, SaaS and all that technology. And here you have retail tech and becoming health tech and becoming CPG and logistics and supply chain. Downtown Bentonville kind of feels a bit like that Palo Alto feel about in between all that sort of stuff. And the people that are there today are making a lot of difference. If you study entrepreneurship, you understand what people go through and what people deal with and, you know, the struggles. And these people are famous, you know. Jim Walton or Alice or Stuart or Tom or any of those family members are out not only engaging in the city and growing the city, but being a part of it. You know, that's inspiring.
Where do you think we're going, let's just say the country? Well, you know, there's a lot of doom and gloom, like with AI, young people can't find work, that sort of thing. Do you feel like that's the case here, or?
Well, I think we're resilient. I think people are resilient, and I think people figure out how to do things. What was unfortunate, in my opinion, of course, I'm a kid of the 70s and 80s, the issue that I got out of COVID is that when everybody went remote, you know, we're humans, and when everybody went remote, I had a son in college and a son in high school at that time, and that was a difficult, challenging time to go into something that nobody had ever really been in before. There was an opportunity to get a lot of government support that never existed before and probably won't ever exist again. And once you get that kind of injection, it kind of becomes how challenging is it to get back in the office or get back in the factory, get back in the facility and get back to work. You're still trying to figure yourself out. And how much of that was really reality for the long term versus, you know, I'm a capitalist. I mean, I think I think people, I like to work, you know, I like to be engaged, and I like to kind of make my own way. I think everybody, most all day, every day, has something subliminal in the back of their head of a certain degree of uncertainty, that there's just so much weirdness going on in the world right now that it is on everybody's mind at some degree, and I think it affects everything you do. I don't think most people sit around and stew about it as much as they sit around and kind of wonder, when is this going to end? And whatever it is, when is it going to end? And I don't know that anybody really knows when is the war going to end? When is interest rate going to go down? You know, all these different sorts of things. When are issues of Washington going to calm down? Or, you know, a lot of us are going to say, when's it going to get normal again? And then the real question is, what is normal?
Yeah, when did it get abnormal?
When did it get abnormal? It's kind of like 1984, you know, the book 1984. Sure. When you read 1984 in high school in the 80s, and you go like, wow, Big Brother's watching, it's like, wow, that's never going to, how's that ever going to happen? And then most of that, you know, that for all practical purposes probably exists today, but it didn't happen overnight. It happened over a couple of, you know, 3, 4, 5, 10 decades, however long it took. You know, most kids have a certain optimism on how life is gonna be. And then you become an adult and you gotta work and you gotta support yourself and you gotta support your family and you've gotta do all these things. And I think most of us probably say, wow, if I'd have known it was gonna be this hard to be an adult, I probably would have played a lot harder when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jim made a great point about when's it gonna get back to normal? Like everyone sort of feels like something's a bit off.
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
I think we do feel that. I think my generation feels that. And, you know, every day we get on social media and we scroll for hours, and a lot of it is news that is not positive news. And you kind of just get this gloomy feel on life. And you see it every day. It's just kind of reinforced. But I'd love to have the world kind of break out of that and meet up again and just kind of everyone get along. I'm kind of sick of the divisive rhetoric. You can blame a lot of it on the media and different sources that we get it from. And that's how I think all of us are way more in common than you think.
For sure.
And that's important to keep in mind in today's world.
So most of your generation, I don't talk to too many of you guys. That's why I was excited when you reached out.
Of course.
But most of your classmates, friends feel like that same sentiment, or?
I would say so, yeah.
Okay. If you didn't look at any of it, right? And we had our day today. We're showing the real nice stuff, obviously.
We are.
You'd be like, everything's great. People are smiling, holding doors open, right? I mean,
absolutely. No, you still have that.
I don't feel like
it's not
this coming apart feeling, but then you sort of feel it in the back of your mind, like he was saying, like you were saying.
Nationwide.
Yeah, right? I think it's worldwide, to be honest. I don't think it's just nationwide.
Yeah, it's not just the U.S.
Everything feels a bit off. At least my international friends that I've talked to.
I agree.
What do I think of what? The drones?
Yeah, the drones.
You know, honestly, it doesn't get me excited.
Really?
Here's why. I don't like things buzzing above me.
Well, okay,
what's the story here? What's going on?
Basically, we're contracted with the Walmart, and we are delivering product for Walmart within a 3-mile radius of this neighborhood Walmart.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's happening now.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're live. Yeah, I just got
We're live.
Picking 3 orders.
Okay, so the mechanics of this: somebody buys something in Walmart online.
You can either go from the Walmart app or the Wing app specifically.
Okay, you're gonna bring the product out here and attach it to the drone? Is that how that works?
Well, yeah, basically an order comes in, and then we have a team that picks and packs and then comes out and then loads the aircraft.
And how much weight can that thing fly?
About 2.5 pounds.
2.5 pounds. Okay, and it goes right to someone's house on their doorstep?
Not necessarily on the doorstep, but it will go to their location. When it's descending, it has obstacle avoidance for trees and stuff. It finds a clear spot, basically. And then it will then, with the winch system, a line, it will then lower the line with the package that's on it.
Okay.
And then lower it on, and then it places it on the ground. The hook comes off and the reels back up, and then the drone, it locks, and then drone takes back off. Below 400 feet. You can't be higher than 400 feet when you're flying a drone. That's per FAA.
Okay.
Per FAA.
Okay, but say you're above my property, right?
Yes.
You can't fly a drone like 2 feet over my head, obviously.
Oh, no, not at all.
What's the minimum?
For our flight operations, I mean, takeoff could be, 150 feet, something like that.
Okay.
When it gets to location and stuff and lowers down, it doesn't go below 25 feet.
Is this getting popular?
Oh, yeah, very much so. Yeah.
How long you guys been doing it for?
For here in this area specifically with Wing's been here for almost a year. Here. Drone delivery in this area has been going on for several years now.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's a big thing. It's catching.
You're excited.
I am. I love this.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, I was, my background, I have 20 plus years in IT.
Okay.
And when COVID hit, it locked everything down, right? So I'm remoting from the couch and stuff. I'm just like, I got to get outside.
Yeah.
So I picked up a drone.
Yeah.
And I got my, what's called a Part 107 certification. It's a requirement for us to be able to fly commercially. So I got that, and then I started flying that drone around the neighborhood, to be able to get out. And I just liked it so much. I love the technology.
It's a fun thing.
Yeah, and I just,
So these,
pursued that.
you plug in an address, they automatically fly there. No human is flying it.
Well, the system, there is a pilot in command. at all times.
There's a pilot
There is
flying
a pilot
each one
in
of these.
command. Yes, yes.
Is he in the Philippines or where?
No. I mean, of course, he's not at this location, but it's remote, and the pilot will make sure that the mission, the flight operations is fine and stuff. And of course, he's able to make necessary maneuvers.
Mission
and
accomplished.
Yeah, whatnot. But,
So sitting in an office building somewhere.
Well, he's
That's top
sitting around
secret.
somewhere.
Top secret. All right, gotcha. All right, I appreciate it.
No problem.
All the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, the technology of it I think is cool. Look, it's a personal thing just like anything. I don't know if most people agree or disagree with me, but
It's all about convenience.
I get it. I just hate hearing those things overhead, But some people don't care, I guess.
They're not worried about it.
All right, where are we going, Jacob?
We're gonna go to Fayetteville. We're gonna go to the University of Arkansas campus.
Okay, for those that don't know what a college campus is like these days, like myself, we're gonna check it out.
You're gonna see. It's a booming college campus. It's
Booming.
growing.
How many students?
35,000.
Whoa, big.
Yeah, which is like 20% more than just a few years ago.
Wow. So what I wanted to touch on before we sort of leave Walmartville, the Bentonville that I just experienced is not the Walmart experience you see out in the world as much.
No.
Like out in the country. And I get it. Walmart is also a very controversial business in the sense that a lot of people attribute it to destroying small towns. Right? The Walmart goes in outside of town.
Yeah.
The small town, main
Shops.
street shops can't compete. They can't compete on prices. You hollow out these towns. It's a double-edged sword.
It is.
Because they offer something, many parts of the country, they need those things and they offer amazing prices.
Yeah,
but then
it's more affordable for them.
But when it results in the small town mom and pop shops closing, saddens a lot of people, including myself.
Yeah.
So it's like gentrification. There are two ways to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on where you stand, it can be a great thing or a terrible thing. And I think Walmart is one of those controversial type businesses. But you guys are gung-ho Walmart in this part of the country. Like, no matter what, it's amazing because it's adding so much into your lives.
It is. It's made a huge difference on this area, and it's just kind of what we're used to.
Right. So you see a whole different perspective than a lot of the country. If I was that small town shop in Main Street, USA, tiny town, I'm thinking differently about Walmart than you guys who are like getting all the goods of it.
And it's more than just Walmart though. Any company's going to price them out beyond Walmart, and that's kind of just the world that we live in right now.
It is. There's no turning that back.
Those small businesses are going to struggle no matter what.
Yeah, it's true. It's a bit of nostalgia, I guess.
Which is hard.
Right.
But yeah, we kind of have to face the reality of it. Those in-person experiences, like going somewhere to shop, becoming less common. I mean, a lot of my friends deliver groceries to their dorm. They don't even go out.
Your friends aren't even
They don't even go to the grocery store, no. They just order it on their phones and it gets delivered, just like our food.
What do you think of that?
I don't know. I think it's just becomes another reason that we stay stuck inside our own homes and not going out, interacting with people, and being in the public. Overall, I see it as a bad thing. It's kind of this convenience world that we've created. But if people buy it, they're going to keep building that out.
Right.
So it's going to be there no matter what. I prefer to just go out and shop and go to the grocery store, as my family always has. Just like I enjoy going to restaurants, to local businesses. I don't want to just order on my phone.
All right, this is all university.
This is University of Arkansas right here.
How much does it cost to go here?
So if you're in state, it's $10,000 a year.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Which is pretty affordable compared to other major universities. And then it's about double that out of state. I'm gonna take you down Sorority Row. They have beautiful houses.
Is that where you hang out, Jacob?
From time to time, my girlfriend's in sorority. I'll show you.
Nice.
I'll show you her house. But this one's been around for 150 years.
Oh, look at these. These are sororities?
These are sorority houses, so students live in there.
They're huge. They're like mansions.
They're humongous.
You have to pay a lot extra to go there, right?
Thousands a year.
Thousands. Okay.
And that's if you're not living there.
Look at these gates.
Those are the Pi Phi gates, kind of like the entrance to the university.
This is a bougie college, bougie campus.
It's nice. This is my girlfriend's sorority, finally.
This one?
Yep.
Jeez. How are the rooms inside?
Beautiful. They're surprisingly small because you have to fit a lot of girls in there, but very nice. And there's like a large kitchen, dining area.
Are you having a good time here, Jacob?
Having a great time. It's been the best few years of my life, and I'm thankful for it.
What year are you?
I'm a junior.
You want to stay on?
I want to stay. In fact, I could graduate next semester, but I'm going to try to stay.
Okay, it goes on. More.
It goes on. There's more of those. Jeez. And I'll show you some of the fraternity houses. That's our on-campus hotel.
On-campus hotel?
Yep.
What programs is this school known for?
The Sam Walton College of Business is a ranked business school. Specifically, our supply chain program is #1.
Supply chain program?
We have a whole supply chain degree. I think it's #1 in the country.
So this is part of the flywheel. Get kids into university here, get them into work at Walmart.
They emphasize some of those programs.
I mean, supply chain program.
Yeah, it's very relevant to this area. Here's a frat house.
They don't look as nice, the frat houses.
No, but
looks like an Asian buffet up top.
They're still big, yeah.
It's got those
There's
curtains.
a rooftop where you can go.
Is this a frat?
It is. That's Kappa Sig.
Do you guys still do hazing? Is that a thing?
You'll have to ask them. I'm not in a frat, but I think it's...
Jacob, you know the answer on that.
I think it's toned down a little bit.
It's not as wild as it was.
It's not like a few decades ago. Here's our Institute of Research.
This place?
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty new building. That when I started school, this wasn't here.
Is this the biggest campus in the state?
For sure, by far. This is the Clinton House and Museum, so...
Bill Clinton's house.
Bill Clinton's place. You can go visit it. It's open to the public. He lived here when he was younger.
Okay, why has he got a house on campus? Or these are normal houses now?
These are normal houses, yeah.
Oh, okay, so we're right out of campus.
But right in front of us, these are dorms.
Okay.
Very nice dorms.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Good. What's going on here? Crawfish boil. Is it good? We're making a video. Is that cool? Yeah. Right on.
Thank you, man.
Y'all didn't see this face?
What do you got?
Recording the campus or y'all recording?
I think my dad gave it.
Crawfish boil. Are you guys part of this? You're cooking?
No, we're not cooking. We got vendors cooking and stuff.
You guys go to university here? Nice. How is it?
Is good.
It's fun. Pretty smooth. This is the person that put the crawfish boil on.
End of year.
Yeah,
This is it.
This is the last day of class.
Jacob, you skipped the last day of class? You skipped
I did skip the last day of class.
Nice. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
But it was worth it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
This is Zach.
Zach.
Pleasure to meet you.
The legend.
Yes, that's what they say.
Living legend.
The streets say.
Zach, so last day of school today, your boy didn't show up for class. What do you think about that?
Oh, I think that really says a lot about his work ethic and the kind of character that he has.
It does. It really
I got my
does,
stuff
Jim.
figured out. It's all in order.
Yeah.
All right. If you don't figure it out by now, then you're sort
Exactly,
of,
then it's
you're
kind
done
of
for finals.
your problem.
Should we go down there, guys?
Let's go to the Greek Theater, yeah.
All right. Zach, what are you studying, buddy?
I study data science.
How's that?
It's going great.
Are you gonna work for Walmart?
It's
Talk
a
to me.
possibility.
It is.
I'd rather not. I'm actually more interested in working on the complete opposite end of the spectrum in the startup world.
Oh, there you go. Like Jacob.
Yeah, like Jacob. That's actually how me and Jacob originally met.
Oh, that's good. Jacob, why is everyone dressed up?
It's formal season, so a lot of the sororities are going to have formals these last few weeks of school. They go out and party all together, dress up. It's a thing.
Do that thing.
Do that thing. It's fun.
Okay. They're having a good time already.
A lot of people come out here and study during the day when it's nice.
Okay.
We have concerts here for students for free. This is kind of one of the meeting places.
Okay, one of the hot spots.
Yeah.
Are you from Arkansas?
I was born in Kansas.
So what's your take on things right now? You seem pretty fired up about life and work and startups.
And I'm so fired up. I'm obviously biased, but I think this is the place to be. Especially as far as middle America goes, you know, from my perspective in the work that I do, and I'm sure Jacob can attest to this, we get labeled as a flyover state.
Yeah.
Or emerging market, quote unquote. And I think that kind of extends past just business. I think it can be said of a lot of like social trends and education.
But you
and
don't
stuff
agree.
Like that.
You don't agree with it.
I don't agree with it. I'm fortunate enough to get to see a very cool side of what's going on here. I think there are a lot of people that are finding what they like to do and how they can make an impact in the world, both locally, regionally here in Arkansas, especially in the Fayetteville, Bentonville area and beyond. I will say a big part of that is because of the large companies like Walmart that are here. I feel like there's so much talent, curiosity, and creativity here, and people are like finally starting to get that edge to them, like, oh, I want to go out and I want to do this. Like, I want to make something happen.
Okay, so from the outside, if you're looking at the internet, maybe not the best way to understand the world. I try to grab the real life and put it on the internet, but most of the internet, a lot of it is made for clickbait, trigger emotions, dopamine. If you're to be in that world, you'd think the younger 20, mid 20 somethings, men especially, doom and gloom, no opportunity. They're all crying in their pillows, but you're saying no.
I say no. And I think that's a subjective choice that every individual has to make to an extent. And I think you can find doom and gloom anywhere in the world, but I will say it's admittedly easier when you're in a more impoverished, less educated, less progressive state around here. There may be more to be gloomy about, but that being said, there is so much out here that
when you're in this environment that I've seen today, it's like it'd be harder to be all bummed out on yourself because it looks like there's a lot happening.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You know? And look at how beautiful this campus is. You have a stunning campus.
It is beautiful. There's a out-of-state enrollment, I don't want to say problem, but some sort of controversy here.
I would go so far as to say most of this campus is not from Arkansas. They're from Texas, Missouri.
Okay, so what's the problem?
The problem is there's a question of if there's already been a question that does University of Arkansas cater to a very small part of the Arkansas population, being in this Northwest world, abandoning like the rest of the state.
Why? Because they don't have the grades to get in here, or what? You're picking people with the best grades, right?
And it's also a funding problem, and the university is working a lot to counter that.
Out of state tuition versus in state.
Yes.
Got you. All right, are we crashing the party or what's going on?
You can crash the party if you want to. This is a big deal right here.
This is over the top, so we're catching it at the right time. We're vlogging. You want to jump in? Okay, what's going on, you guys?
Welcome to the University of Arkansas. This is our spring formal. We're freshmen, you know.
You're freshmen. Okay, it's going to go by quick. Just want to let you know that. So have a good time.
You're Peter?
Yeah. What's your name?
Nice to meet you. I'm Knox.
Knox.
Nice to meet you. I love your stuff, man.
Oh, thanks, Knox. I appreciate it.
One of my favorites was Alabama, Fairhope. Dude,
yeah,
that was awesome.
Cool.
Okay, what's going on right now?
So it's a formal, sorority formal, and basically what you do is like homecoming or prom, and all you do is you just dress up, go on a date with the girl. Maybe you eat, maybe you don't. They're all taking pictures right now, and then after we'll go to like a hotel or.
Do you got a date tonight?
I do, yeah.
Are you pretty pumped on her?
I am pretty pumped. She's cool, yeah.
First date?
Friends of friends, yeah, all good, yeah.
It's a friend.
Yeah, right now, who knows?
So you might cross.
Who knows? Yeah.
By the time this video goes out, we'll know if you crossed a line or not.
How long does it usually take?
This is gonna be a few weeks.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you.
Good luck with
See
everything.
you around. Thank you, man.
Have fun tonight, man.
Yeah, enjoy the night.
So these are all sorority members, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Their dates don't have to be there.
Okay, the dates.
So like me, I'm not in a.
Where are all the guys? That's the question.
They're doing their own thing.
Where are the dates?
They're supposed to be taking pictures.
All right.
They should be here.
This guy's rocking it.
Look at this guy.
Dude, I just got to commend you for rocking the middle part in the stash.
Thanks, man.
Dude, it looks good.
Thanks, man.
Have fun, live this up.
Thruple right here. The thruple right here.
The thruple?
Yes, thruple.
You two.
I just met them.
Me and her and then them. They're a thruple.
Okay.
Them too.
It's a lot of polyamory here? Is that what you're saying? Polygamy, too.
Polygamy. I think about 90% of the U of A campus around here is very polygamous. I've read that. Yeah. The statistics are, yeah.
Are there some cult vibes out here?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
A little bit, okay.
Being a hog fan is like a cult, really.
I wish I was a hog fan.
Are you guys from Arkansas?
Yeah, brother. Did you guys see that? He just lifted the back end of a motorcycle up. That was the most Chicano thing I've ever seen in my life.
That's cool. There's a good Chicano population around.
Are you serious?
Yeah, especially in the town just over Springdale.
You got lowriders.
Yeah. Oh, there's lowriders.
I've done a bunch of videos with those guys.
Are you serious?
Yeah, East LA.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
like the capital
Yeah.
of the United States.
I went in deep. All right, this is wild. You guys are having fun. Am I holding it? Why don't you guys get in there?
I already did it last week. This is a weeks-long thing.
It's weeks
So
long.
they can't have all of the sorties do it all at once, or Fayetteville would explode.
It will just blow up.
They can't book all the places at once, so they like rotate. They got like a schedule going.
Yeah. Your campus is like a European city or something.
It's beautiful.
Like a beautiful European city. Look at these buildings and these squares and
yeah.
This is the oldest building on campus. It's called Old Main. At one point was the only building, right?
Yeah, this was the whole campus starting out.
right here.
If you see the two clock towers, the one facing north is a little higher than the south. And there's an urban legend that that's because the Northwest Arkansas community supported the North in the Civil War, while the rest of the state supported the South.
Interesting.
I don't know if I have a source on that, but it's real, people say.
Historians are going to be all over you in the comments for that claim.
They can attack me.
Bring it.
It's a story that still gets told. So we're going through older neighborhoods in Fayetteville that have been here for decades. So it's kind of not the lavish new builds that you see. It's kind of more,
right here is where one of my best
more
friends
character.
So this is your
This is just everyday.
middle class.
Yeah, these are middle class homes. And we got an elementary school.
Right, because people are going to see this video and think everyone's super wealthy.
No,
that's
that's not the case.
never the case.
No.
The theme of this video is showing the prosperous side of Arkansas.
Yeah, it doesn't show everything.
Keep that in mind, guys. They'll be like, I grew up in Fayetteville and it's not all like that. Yeah, it's definitely not all like this.
And things have changed so fast that it's kind of hard for the older locals to keep up. And
I bet.
People who have been here their whole lives change the way of living. But like students live in these.
These are students?
This is student housing.
What's your guys' rent like, would you say, in a place like that?
So it's been going up the past few years, but I'd say average is $800 or $900 a month, up to
For a one bedroom?
for each kid. So
okay.
yeah, for each kid, and it's kind of individualized.
So
But
in a house, you have 4 bedrooms. It's going to be $800.
we each pay $800 to $900. Some of the nicer ones are $1,200.
It is known that there's a housing and parking shortage here, and that's a part of the reason why prices have gone up so much so quickly in recent years. I also pay like $800 a month for my bedroom in my apartment, which is kind of ridiculous.
These are all brand new builds,
That's wild.
targeted towards students. Got the
All
whole
right,
crew.
Jacob, who do we have in the back, Jacob?
So not only do we have Zach, we have my lovely lady Jocelyn.
Jocelyn's
She's
in the
joining
mix.
us.
Nice to see you guys.
All right, and you guys were saying off camera, homework, how much a week?
I spend a few hours a week on homework.
Yeah, I'd agree. I usually do all my stuff on Sunday. If not, maybe one hour a day.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's all you guys do in university these days?
Yeah.
You go to class.
You go to class.
That's all you have to do.
That's basically.
Okay, so you're using the LLMs, that sort of stuff? It's just common knowledge at this point,
we don't
huh?
just copy and paste it. We
Or like,
edit.
I'll even ask it like everyday questions. Like, it's not always that I use it for school. It just knows me at this point. I feel like I talk to him more than I talk to Jacob sometimes.
No, it's so sad. Talk to Jacob more than the computer.
Yeah. But it's true. We use it for a lot of stuff.
That's so wild. So you guys don't have to do, like, your term papers are not super painful now.
It's
Well, I
not.
wouldn't say I use it for everything. It
Yeah.
really just depends on the assignment
Okay.
or the word count sometimes. I'm like, give me filler words for so-and-so.
Yeah.
The main ideas.
And then grammar, spelling, you don't have to know that anymore. You just run it through.
Yeah.
That being said, though, I mean, you got to come on test day knowing your stuff.
Right.
Like I use
That's the difference.
GPT's study and quiz tools to help me study.
Yeah,
like,
they'll make you flashcards, a whole Quizlet, everything.
Especially, I take math classes. Like you can't GPT your way through
that, yeah.
a math or other like engineering and STEM courses, but it's like a great study tool and it helps you work efficiently, I would say.
Because I can just put my lecture notes in the chat and be like, give me a study guide for this, and put like the points that like the module will give me for the study guide. And if I put that in there, it'll give me exactly what I need for the test.
I will
Makes
also,
studying a lot quicker.
yeah, and I will add on from the data science department, like working in the tech field, our department from last year to this year almost like flipped. It was very anti-AI, like don't use AI.
And now they want you to use it as like your partner.
Yeah, you're like required to use it in a lot
way.
of courses now. Yeah, because
It's changed a lot.
it's changed a lot, and they think you're going to be behind if you don't know how to use it by the time you get into the workforce.
All right, it's barbecue.
Peter, have you been to KC?
Thank you.
Kansas City?
Gotta go.
Gotta go. I was gonna say, some say this is the best barbecue in the world, but Kansas City has
You
the
got
best.
it better in KC.
Yeah. Make sure the camera gets that.
I got it on.
Yeah. What's your order, Jacob?
Usually get CBR. It's a smoked chicken and chopped burnt in sandwich, all mixed together.
Cheese, tomatoes, onions,
Oh, nice.
Gets better.
Look at that. That's the pork, right?
Yeah, those are burnt ends, so they'll chop them up. And sauce it up.
There we go. Oh, nice. Oh, CBR. Jacob, you're the man today. Bring me around.
Anytime.
Really
Anytime
nice.
you want to come back. Thanks for coming.
Come on, can't beat this. How'd you two lovebirds meet each other?
Second grade.
Yep.
You've been dating since second grade now.
No, sophomore
Pretty
year.
much.
I had to chase him. He didn't like me.
We've been best friends since then.
You chased him.
Long time.
Jacob played hard to get.
Oh, 100%.
A little bit.
Yeah. Go with all my friends first and then made his way back around.
You dated
Yeah, you
all
can
our
cut that
friends
out of the
first?
video.
Yeah.
No, keep that. That's the best part.
It's because I was waiting for her.
It's all about timing.
Yeah. Now we've been together for 5 years, so.
Go to school together. It's the dream.
Yep.
All right, guys, dig in.
Some good
Dig
food
in.
here.
This is the money shot right here, dude.
I feel like that's gonna eat you.
It might.
It's me versus the salmon.
Drown it out. Gotta sauce up the bread too.
That's good stuff. They got me right with
Little
the
Smashing
jalapeno.
Pumpkins.
Oh yeah.
Feeling it.
vibe.
Do you guys know this music?
I do.
Yeah.
Went to the concert in Rogers.
Get in there, Zach. Make it messy.
Oh, that's so good. They got me right with the jalapeno.
They
cheddar
got you
sausages,
right?
too. They got me right. Uh huh.
Jacob, sorry to interrupt, but not so sorry. Hold that for 1 second.
Yeah, come on.
Sauce it up.
Let's go bold.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Let's do a little bold action here. Here we go, Jacob.
Initial thoughts.
Oh yeah. How is it?
Gotta rate it on a scale.
Uh huh.
That's tender chicken. That's a 9.5.
9.5.
Wow.
9.5.
Yeah, soft bun.
I love that. Good sauce.
Little kick with the sauce.
Yeah.
Just perfect.
Bold.
Digging it.
No, wait till
Yeah.
you get to
That's
that mac and
exquisite,
cheese.
man.
Yeah. I gotta say, guys, it's cool hanging out with the Gen Z cohort.
I'm glad you think it's cool.
Yeah, I'm digging
Just
this.
to do it more.
Making you feel young.
Yeah.
Surprised to see you guys have a Dollar General. The Walmart Mafia doesn't have a complete grip on the state.
Yeah.
Not completely.
The only other stores that besides Walmart we've got is Costco and Trader Joe's, and they're all the way in Little Rock. So.
You don't have a Costco up here.
Nope.
Nothing.
So it's just 4.5 hours away. Yeah. Sam's Club and Walmart. That's all
And
we
this
got.
is what, 700,000 people this area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not acceptable up here, huh?
Nah. They own.
Deep
they
roots.
own this land.
Yeah.
Land of the free, home of the Walmart.
DG's surviving, man.
Shout out to DG.
Hanging by a thread.
Shout out to DG.
Shout out to DG.
They're like,
man.
we're
You gotta
still
have a
here.
DG.
We got some to offer too, guys. Come on, we can do
holding
this.
it down.
There's no drones from the DG though to your house, guaranteed. That thing would fall out of the sky, like immediately.
Literally.
What do you got here, Jacob?
This is my list of concerts that I've attended throughout my life, and
Pearl Jam. Nice.
So it's still growing, but I'm
Whoa,
pretty
look at-
proud of it. A few people have passed away since, like Juice WRLD, which is really sad. But
311, they're still around?
311's coming to Rogers this year.
You're a Swiftie.
Swifty.
He did it for you.
I brought him. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very diverse list of artists, all different genres, but I'm proud of it. It's what I love to do. And
It
still-
just keeps going. Wait, you have some ones you want to go
These
to?
are wish lists. Wish lists.
Kings of Leon.
Tyler Childers, Strokes. Good list.
You gonna make that happen?
I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna have the best list of anyone that ever lived.
Okay, so music right now. I'm always asking Gen Z, like, what should I listen to? Nobody's really told me anything amazing. No offense.
Yeah.
What's the new music that I need to be listening to?
New music.
I would high-key say, like, if you want the real Gen Z experience, like, go on SoundCloud and see what's trending.
Well, for you guys though, you're listening to more of like Pearl Jam, The Killers.
I like 90s alt rock.
I'm like an early 2000s girl.
I've been listening to a lot of indie.
I feel like whatever I grew up on is what I like to listen to. It makes me, not that I'm old, but it makes me feel like I'm a kid again.
It's like nostalgia.
Yeah.
Guys, that was awesome. Jacob, you're the man. You're the man. Thank you, brother.
Of course. Thanks for coming.
And Toby.
And Toby, shout out, Dad.
You guys came in at the end. Thanks for that.
Thanks for having me.
That was awesome.
This was the best.
Anything else you want to say?
Come visit Arkansas. We have a great state. Not just Northwest Arkansas, but the whole state.
Okay.
It's a beautiful place.
You're setting me up because, guys, big Arkansas series right now.
Yeah.
All over the state. We got Little Rock. We got Pine Bluff. We got Northwest here. We got deep Ozark. And then we finish up with Delta.
Got to do it all.
So 5 different looks at the state, basically.
Yeah, different feel.
And today, I got to say, quite a surprise for me. I didn't expect to see it like this. It was really, really interesting. All right, guys.
Awesome. Cheers.
Thanks for coming along on that journey. Until the next one.